Hi, I'm Judith Kingsbury from SavvyVegetarian.com. Today I'm going to show you how to cook white rice and brown rice. Of course, brown rice is more nutritious than white rice. There's no doubt about that. But it also takes a long time to cook. So what I do is I use brown rice sometimes and I use white basmati rice sometimes. So let's start today with white basmati rice. I'm going to cook a cup of white rice, white basmati rice. And when you're cooking rice or any grain, you want to be fairly precise in your measurements to get the wet and dry proportions right. So I've got a level cup of white rice here. With white rice, you have to rinse it several times to get rid of the loose starch. Because if you leave that on there and you just say throw it into the rice cooker and cook it, which I know people do, then you're going to get gummy rice. So if you don't want gummy rice, then you need to rinse it several times till the water runs clear. So this is the first rinse. You see how the water gets kind of cloudy and dirty. That's the stuff you don't want in your cooked rice. That's what makes it gummy, all that loose starch that's coming off the rice. Pour it through a sieve. Put it back in the pot. Add some more water. Now some people think this is an awful lot of trouble. And if you don't care if your rice is gummy or not, then go ahead and just rinse it once. But I'm one of those fussy people, so I rinse it several times. I know people who rinse their rice up to 5 times, so I'm not that bad. But you can see the water is still cloudy. That was the second rinse. Now we're going for rinse number 3. See, the water is starting to look a lot clearer. Now we've got our rice rinsed. I'm going to add 1 3/4 cups of water to my 1 cup of rice. Some people like salt in their rice. I use about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to put the lid on, put this on the stove, bring it to a boil, then turn it down to simmer and cook it for 10 minutes. I've got the rice on the stove, coming to a boil. Now don't do like I often do. And go check your email and leave it on high on the stove where it will boil over and get all over the stove and burn the pot and all of that. That's why I bought this great little digital timer. What I do is set the timer for 5 or 6 minutes, and then I go check my email. Then when the timer goes off, I come back in the kitchen and check on my rice and see if it's come to a boil yet. If you're smart though, you will just stay in the kitchen until your rice comes to a boil. Here's my white rice. It came to a boil with the lid on, and since I wasn't paying attention, it kind of boiled over a little bit, but I caught it and turned it down to simmer, and I've set my timer for 10 minutes. Now here's my white rice, all cooked. See how non-gooey that is? All the grains are separate. Brown rice is absolutely awesome. It's chewy, it's dense, it hangs together well, it goes great with everything. The only downside to it is that it takes 45 minutes to cook. Now if you soak it for a few hours, you can shave maybe 10 minutes off of that. But it's a serious downside, you got to admit. So what I do is I pressure cook my brown rice. Now if you don't have a pressure cooker, that's okay. But today I'm going to show you how to cook brown rice in a pressure cooker, just for future reference. This is long grain brown basmati rice. I'm going to cook 2 cups since this pressure cooker holds a lot of rice. And I can always keep the extra in the fridge for future recipes, stir fries and so on. And of course we have to rinse this too, but here's the nice thing about brown rice. You only have to rinse it once since it hasn't been refined. It doesn't have all that loose starch. It just might be a little dirty from processing. Now you can see the water is kind of murky. Sometimes there might be little twigs and things floating in there that you have to remove. Drain it through a sieve. For the pressure cooker, you add 1.5 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. So I need 3 cups of water. 1, 2, and 3. Add a little salt. I've got the dial set for number 2, and I've got the little button pushed up, and we just need to wait. It takes about 10 minutes for it to come up to high pressure. And the pressure's up on the brown rice. So I'm going to turn it down to simmer and set the timer for 22 minutes. Then when 22 minutes is up, I'll turn off the burner and let the pressure come down. Now the pressure has come down on the pressure cooker with the brown rice. So I'm going to open the lid and see what we got here. Brown rice. Oh, doesn't that look good? I want to eat it now. Now that's with 2 cups of brown rice and 3 cups of water in the pressure cooker. If you were making brown rice in a saucepan, you would add to 1 cup of brown rice 2 full cups of water and a little salt. Then put the lid on, bring it to a boil, turn it down to simmer, and cook it for 45 minutes. Now I'm going to take some of my cooked rice and chop up some veggies and make a stir fry for lunch with veggies, rice, cashews, and tofu.